There
Hi.
you are. Hey, nice lights.
Thanks. I revamped my whole studio.
That's cool. Make a
I'm
little,
pretty excited.
yeah, rejuvenating and refreshed. All right.
Yeah, I got some little signs I can show you because I'm pretty excited about them.
Cool.
That's okay because it's pretty exciting. Hold on a
Yeah.
minute. Let me do my flip around. I haven't done this very many times. How do I flip around? Can I flip around while I'm with you? Oh, I took a picture.
I
Not what I was trying to do.
I
All right.
think you can, but I'm on a computer, so I do not know. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, that's
There's
sick.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Cool.
it turns on.
Oh, crispy. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of those. You can get those at Big Lots actually, and
Okay.
these really cool crescent moon lights as well that I have all over the studio.
Nice. That's a good touch.
Got them everywhere.
Hey,
Yeah.
that looks good. That looks real good.
Thanks.
I think
Yeah.
environment's everything. Although I will say that if you have a bad environment, that can also help for some creativity as well. But I've been in both situations. I'd prefer the nicer environment, honestly.
Yeah, it feels magical and inspiring.
Yes. So welcome to the Justin Cost podcast again. This is your second interview. I should mention that.
Yes.
And how are classes going for you?
They're going good. I am in art history this month. So it's like it's about like paintings and stuff. It's not about my type of art. So it's not something that I dislike, but it's definitely something that I am not so like accustomed to or like already that much aware of. So
Sure. Never watched too much Bob Ross in your day, I take it.
the happy little trees.
That's right. No, that's cool. Sarah and I have been painting. We've been doing that just as a hobby on the side. I used to do it. I was good at it. She's surpassed me in photography. She's surpassed me in painting. So I'm trying to keep up with her.
I love you guys' stuff. I would be like, oh, they're so cute. I just be like, oh, they're both drawing. Oh, they're both taking pictures.
We're best friends. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. I love it.
Yeah, you need it. We would not be where we are individually without us together. So I always say that, and I'm really thankful for that. But so you're doing art. You're talking about paintings and music, or like an audio engineering course. That seems strange to me as well.
Yeah, it is. There's a few classes that we have to take that are like don't seem so much about the major, like any college, I guess. But like like professional writing and stuff like that, which to do anything professional, you're going to have some sort of part about you that isn't all artist.
Yeah.
Going to have to be able to have a communication with people that is not solely based off of your purpose in that situation.
Yeah, you're talking to the right person there. Listening is a big part of that, but then, what to say and what not to say. Boy, that could fill a book and a half. So that's cool. That's great that you're learning that. I know you're almost done with school. You're graduating soon, right?
Yeah. I'm supposed to graduate in November.
Okay, cool.
I have been having some like slight health complications, but I think that I'll be able to push through and complete and not have to take any time off. So
yeah, well, hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing better.
Yeah, I'm okay. I sometimes doctors think that everyone's body works exactly the same, and sometimes you're like, no, I've had this body for 30 years. I know this isn't right. So you always have that little back and forth sometimes with the doctor, but I'm getting through it. I think I'm going to be okay.
Back to that whole communication thing. We've dealt with that too. If it's wrong with me, then Sarah's like 100%, and then if I'm 100%, she's got something going on. Never feel like we're always on the same page with health. So I hope you get better.
Thank you.
Oh, it's everything. It's everything. I always enjoy getting to that 100% and feeling better because then I'm looking at life a little bit better, and that's when I like to do a lot of work too.
Optimism.
So, Do you like basing your songs on true stories and getting personal? Is that something that you find challenging to do, even when talking to other people about it with your music? I do the same thing. I've came out recently about some of my songs and what they're about, although not even getting to the details because it's almost too personal. But what's your stance? What's your stance on that?
Okay, so as an artist and a writer, I do often take from real life experiences. It does help a lot if you get to like a block in your writing and you're like, oh, I don't know what to put next. For example, I had a song that I came out with like a long time ago on a mixtape. It's called 100 Mile Zone. It's one of my favorite songs I ever did. It's to music that's not mine, so I never went for the full like copyright and everything because it's not my music and I don't know where the music came from, as with many of my earlier pieces, which is again why I looked into audio production as a career and educational aspect of learning how to make my own music so that I would be able to properly credit and so that I could get all the credit. I had wrote one verse, and I left the studio to go get someone. It was while I was recording the song, and while I was gone, I got pulled over. The song is called 100 Mile Zone. It's about speeding, you know what I mean? And the transaction that occurred with the getting pulled over and all that stuff actually fueled the whole second verse. And like when I got back to the studio, I wrote the second verse and recorded it. And I didn't have the second verse ready. I didn't know what to put in it. And bam, recording the song, get pulled over, second verse.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs of yours. And talk about, creating that spontaneousness, which I've talked about in other podcasts. I think that's really important. But to also, get creative and you're being adverse is what you're doing.
Yeah, and I really like taking also from like other people's experiences, like especially if I'm like writing about something where like I might have got like a one-liner where I'm like, oh man, this one line is fire. I'm gonna make a whole song about this one line, and then I'm like, well, what do I write now? Like, man, I don't know what's next. And then I'm talking to somebody outside, and they're like, oh man, yeah, I know about that type of situation. This happened to me, and this happened, and this happened, and I'm like, that's the next line. I'm like, so, I'll take from, not just one relationship I've been in, but from several different relationships I've been in, or I'll take from, my neighbor telling me a story about something similar that happened to them, and I'll just throw them all together because I think that really helps with relatability.
Yeah.
And if you write exclusively from personal experience, you can resonate with the same person over and over, but you can't resonate with everyone. And to be a more, best-selling artist, having even just one line per song that resonates with somebody, just like I'll feel like, oh, I'm so inspired to make my whole song over this one line. That one line can be the magic for this person, and then the next line is about my neighbor is inspiring for her.
It's a seed.
The next line is inspiring for somebody else, and that was a combination of three people's situations, not even a real situation,
Yeah, that's great. You don't just want one side of the story, but as you were talking about it, it makes me think of planting a seed, just that one idea. Tyrone Williams, my interview with him, we talked about that and how everything that you see around you is all started from an idea, to the buildings that we make, to the way that we run our government, and on and on. So that's really great.